Hey, this is K Rail for Pine Pollen Superfoods, and we are going to do episode number 2 in our 5-part series on the benefits of fasting. So if you remember from my first video, I talked about how working out in a fasted state can help promote lean muscle mass and burn fat at the same time. Well, I'm going to cut half of that out of the equation, and I'm going to go back to weight loss. So our second benefit is fasting can help promote weight loss. Now, here's the paradox with this. A lot of people think that if you go a long period of time without eating, that your metabolism is actually going to slow down and your body's going to be more favorable for weight gain. Well, that couldn't be farther from the truth. That's just, I don't know what that is, some kind of man-made myth that's been going on for years. I do believe that was started when bodybuilders back in the 70s were trying to consume more calories, and they decided that by eating multiple meals throughout the day, they're able to consume more calories on a daily basis, which makes sense in the big picture. And then somehow along the lines, people started thinking that by eating small, frequent meals, you can boost your metabolism, keep your blood sugar levels stable, and promote weight loss. Well, that's kind of a 50-50 thing. It's kind of true. It will sort of keep your blood sugar levels stable because you have a little bit of food, your blood sugar gets spiked a little bit, especially if you eat a balanced meal, and then you're going to have a little bit of energy. And once your blood sugar starts going down, someone eats another meal number 2, let's say, they keep their blood sugar stable again, energy level stays good. Then they're about to get hungry, they're about to start getting a dip of energy, they eat another small meal, blood sugar stays here, and it just keeps on trucking along all day long. So on paper, it makes sense that by keeping your blood sugar stable right here all day long, your energy levels and your brain function will do the same, and your metabolism will be always racing because your body's burning calories for food, the food that you eat. It's burning the calories from the food you eat for energy. So that kind of makes sense, but here's where the rub comes in. When you do that 6 meals a day thing, and your blood sugar is always right here, as opposed to down here at baseline, your pancreas is over here, and it's releasing insulin. So insulin, as you know, is a fat storage hormone. So all day long, yeah, your blood sugar is here, and your brain function is up here, and your energy level is up here. But also, right behind it is insulin, which is constantly being released all day long because it's tracking your blood sugar. So when you release blood sugar, when blood sugar rises, your pancreas releases insulin to try to stabilize your blood sugar and bring it down. That, my friend, is a problem when you do it times 7, which is 7 days a week, because then your pancreas is constantly releasing insulin. And people who eat frequent meals really don't pay attention to the time they eat the meals. They'll wake up in the morning at say 6 a.m. or 6:30 and have something to eat, and then eat all day long right until the time they go to bed. So in reality, their fasting window is smaller than their eating window. So they may be following a 16-hour eating window and an 8-hour fasting window, and that's where the problems come in. That's why they're starting to find that people that have done this multiple meal thing, not multiple meal fasting, but multiple meals for long periods of time, for years, are starting to develop diabetes and chronic conditions. It's because your insulin is always being released, your blood sugar is always slightly high, and that is a problem. So the way we can flip the switch, and that can also cause weight gain. Now, how we can flip the switch is we can go with a 16-hour fasting window and an 8-hour eating window, and I'm only using those time frames because they seem to be the most popular, that everybody kind of sticks with or goes with when it comes to intermittent fasting or time-restricted feeding. So by flipping the switch, you're going to promote weight loss because you're going to have a smaller condensed window of time that you're going to be eating, and if you only eat 2 meals in that window or 3 meals, you're going to eat a meal that's balanced, get a little bit of a glycogen spike, a little bit of an insulin release. But what's going to happen is after you eat that meal, this is what's going to happen. Your 2 levels are going to come way down to baseline because you're not going to eat in between those meals. And that's where you want your blood sugar to go, back down low. Then you're going to eat again, they'll rise, and then they'll come naturally back down because that is the natural biorhythm of the body. And that's what you want to focus on. Now, if we apply that to weight loss, you're going to be able to consume less calories, and because your blood sugar is going to go all the way down to baseline, you're not going to have a high amount of insulin being released all the time. You're going to have like 2 hits of insulin a day or 3, depending on how many meals you eat. And if you keep them more on the lower carb angle, I'm not going to tell you to sit here and follow keto. I'm big into balance personally. Not that I'm against keto. It's a totally fine diet plan if you do it correctly. You're going to keep your blood sugar even lower, and you're going to ward off all diseases, and you're going to promote more weight loss. Now, if you were to do longer fasts, for example, I did an experiment a couple months back where I was doing, I got an RMR test done at 16 hours fasted, at 24 hours fasted, and at 48 hours fasted. And interestingly, the longest fast I did was 48. My metabolism was highest at the 48-hour mark. And it was second highest at the 16-hour mark and third highest at the 24-hour mark. So, what does that tell you? Well, it tells me that long-term fasting does not slow down metabolism. In fact, it turns it up. Because for me, at 48 hours, my metabolism was higher than it was when I was at 16 hours. So, don't believe the 6 meal a day plan. I don't feel it's accurate or, correct. And start integrating a little more fasting into your daily life and your daily weeks, and you will promote weight loss. It's that simple. And not to mention, never did I come off a fast feeling blurpy or fat or anything like that. I always felt lean and tight. So there's all kinds of validity involved with not eating as often and not eating as much. It's just a simple law of physics. If you eat less calories, your body is going to lose fat. It's that simple, and you're going to lose weight. So there is your long-winded benefit of fasting in our second episode of our 5 benefits of fasting. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to hit me up anytime. This is K-Rail reporting live for Pine Pollen Superfoods.